So this is my 1986 Honda Rebel 450 bobber. I got it probably 3 years ago. Got a lot of my ideas and inspiration off the internet, YouTube videos, forums, so I figured I'd do my part and tell you guys what all I did to make it look like this. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments section. I used to have a 250 Honda Rebel. I sold it because I needed money and wanted a bigger bike. I like the layout of the Rebel and the way it fit, so I just got the 450 because same layout, same size frame-wise, seat-wise, but bigger engine. When I first got it, it was just a standard Honda Rebel cruiser motorcycle. I'll walk you through and tell you what all I did to it. So first thing I did was take off the two-person seat, the rear pegs for the passenger, took off the front fender, moved it to the back, kind of stretched it out a little bit to make it wider, cut it down to look like a devil tail. Welded these little brackets up, just pieces of metal you can get at your standard local hardware store. Cut the exhaust. A lot of people have questions on where to cut the exhaust. I'm not sure, I don't remember if the 250 is the same as the 450, but somewhere in here on the 450 there was a curve, and then the trumpet style exhaust came out the back. I cut it right where it starts the curve and put these Emgo Shorties on, and I'll have to get back with you on which part number exactly those are, but I'd say any of them would work. I took the steel wool baffling out, but I kept the actual metal baffle in there in case I got pulled over. They'd halfway believe it was legal. I'm not sure if it is or not. It sounds fine to me. I haven't gotten pulled over yet. Took this fiberglass exhaust wrap and wrapped it all the way back and painted it red. I gotta paint it every once in a while because the paint will burn off even though it's header paint. I spray painted the forks after I shaved the reflectors, both wheels, the airbox, the head, the gas tank, and the headlight. It's all spray painted. And then after that, I took really high dollar clear coat. I bought it off Amazon, but it was like, I want to say $70 a quart, but it's gas resistant. I've spilt gas on this a couple times on accident and it has yet to eat the paint off. It still looks fine. No dings, no scratches. Even with this front tire throwing up rocks, there's no scratches on the tank. I've got a gravel driveway and it's fine. Bought the mirrors off of Amazon. One's missing though. I have to get a new one. Bought the grips off of Amazon. The seat is a fake alligator skin leather. Bought it off Amazon. Everything on this bike is off Amazon besides the rear tail lights and the license plate holder and the brake light here. That's all from Blue Collar Bobbers. I probably could have welded this up myself, but I was already buying these, so I went ahead and got that too. It's a little on the pricey side, but on the 250 I remember it being really hard to wire the turn signals because the turn signals on these things are already a pain. I had to use a ballast resistor and all kinds of stuff to make them LED, and these here, they're just plug and play and ready to go. I took LED strips from AutoZone, put them on the front. Yeah, it might look a little tacky, but I didn't care for the big, huge, bulky front turn signals, so I put those on there. I mean, it looks fine to me, but to each their own. These horns, these red and black horns, I bought them off of Amazon just to match the bike. Looked a little more low profile. Turned the shocks all the way up. Had to paint them again. They were getting a little rusty. The airbox I decided to keep on because later I'll show you how it runs. It runs a little lean already, and if I took the airbox off I'd have to rejet it, and it's just not something I wanted to mess with. If you do cut your exhaust, I recommend cutting it right there. Cutting it farther up or farther back might set your jetting different than what mine is. Let's see what else. Oh, the rear tire is a white wall. It's wider than the standard tire. It's called a Shinko, and the size is a 150 by 90 by 15 tubeless. The front one is a Continental Twinduro enduro tire, and it is a 120 by 90 by 18, and I put a tube in it. New front brakes, new oil filter. Thought about putting it on Craigslist. I'm not sure yet, but if I do, I'll just put this video on there so you guys know what all was done to it. Kept the helmet holder on. I don't remember if the 250 had that or not. This head, I decided to paint it black and then come back and, I don't know if you can see that, but I didn't grind. I sanded down, kind of polished the outer part of the fin to make it look worn and vintage. These front shocks, I grinded the front reflectors off the side that were there on a stock Rebel, and came back and sanded it down real smooth and painted it. I kept the inner bolts on there just in case I ever do sell this bike and somebody wants to put a front fender on it, they're there. I put new seals from All Balls Racing and these front forks. Rebuilding the front forks is a lot easier than what everyone I talked to made it sound. It's actually pretty easy. Put new oil in them and everything. These front forks, stock on the 250 and the 450, I feel like they're too loose. Every little rock or bump you go over, it feels like the front wheel's giving out from under you. So what I did on top, when I was rebuilding the forks, these come right off. Be careful though, because you don't know how much pressure is going to be there with those springs. If somebody switched out the springs before, which you can do, but it's more on the pricey side. So I just took these off and took a little piece of tubular metal like this handlebar, cut maybe, I think it was a 1/2 inch or 1 inch, put it down on top of the spring, put this in a vise. It took 2 people. Yeah, it was kind of dangerous with all the pressure, but held this down, bolted that back on there, and now they're pretty stiff. This red chain I bought off of Amazon too. Be careful when you buy chains. This one was like a press in place fit. You had to have a special tool to. I tried everything. I tried putting it in the vise. I tried a press. I tried everything. I couldn't get that master link to stay on there, so I ended up welding it. As crazy as that sounds, it's worked. I've rode it for 3 years and it's worked. I trust it. I think that's about it. So I guess I'll let you hear it run now. And that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section and let me know. Thanks.